Soil brothers and soil sisters, guys, today I am out in the garden and I am going to do some of the not so fun, not so popular things such as weeding. While weeding is very necessary to make sure that the weeds don't steal none of the nutrients from the plants you're trying to get to produce food. I've been lacking on that, I've been slacking, and I need to go ahead and get that done. I also want to drop some more seeds, okay, and I want to prepare the ground for the areas that I am going to drop the seeds in. And I want to go ahead and start a bed or two for the bees. Some beautiful flowers that produces nectar that the bees might enjoy. So I'm going to get started with doing all that today. And I want to bring my soil fam with me. So guys, let's do it. Alright fam, so this bed has a lot of our onions and garlic in it. We just harvested the rest of our kohlrabi and we might eat them tonight, maybe not. But they're done and the bed has got a little bit out of hand. So I'll be able to hold some of this up, but the rest of them I have to do by hand. So let's do it. So guys, this is where all the kohlrabi was. And it kind of got a little out of hand with the weeds. Kind of was slipping a little bit and do my due diligence. So now we have a little bit of a mess that now I have to clean up. So guys, this thing here is amazing. I think it's the first time I actually used it in this manner. It's the mirrorless bench, and I flipped it over, and there's a cushion pad that's down at the bottom that's allowing me to not have to get in the dirt, for one, and two, is very comfortable for me to be kneeling on. So no pains. I'm sure there's some people out there that enjoy weeding. If you're one of those people that enjoy weeding, let me know. Let me know what you enjoy about it. Do Do you ever allow your garden to get this bad? I'm sure I can't be the only one, but maybe. All right, fam. So as sad as it is, these are all the weeds I was able to put out of my garden. And it's very, very sad. I know because of me not weeding, my plants have taken a toll. It has taken a toll on my plants. So I'm sure I'm not going to get the harvest that I should because of the neglect. Alright fam, so this is the bed that I'm planning on planting a lot of my beans in. So you can tell the wife has already been tilling it up a little. She put a lot of eggshells in. I'm gonna till it up just a little bit more, and I'm gonna put some rabbit manure in there. And by the time my seeds are ready, I should be ready to go ahead and put everything down, nice fertile ground, and hopefully get a good crop. So let's get to it.
Alright fam, so this is one or maybe the 5 garden beds that I'm be focusing on today. And this one you can see that there's a bunch of eggshells that's in the garden that the wife threw down. You know, I'd have preferred that they were broken down just a little bit more, but over time they will serve their purpose. To you who all has been following me for a while, y'all remember this bed. This bed is built totally of organic matter. Uh, one year, this thing was filled completely to the top with everything in the yard. Grass clippings, bananas, some cardboard, everything. The rabbits, the chicken, and in no time it's broken down to where it is now. So every year I've mended even more. As you can see, it is very loomy, fertile looking soil. And what I'm gonna do now before planting this year's crop is go ahead and amend it more with some more of our amazing rabbit and chicken manure. And just keep watching. And towards the end, I'm gonna show you exactly what this stuff does for our garden. In quick order. So take a quick look at what the garden looks like now, and towards the end, you'll get to see what it looked like in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And you tell me if you think, amending your soil using chicken and rabbit manure actually helps. So, fam, one of the things we want to implement here at Black's Tropical is letting nothing go to waste. So we take and we use the manure from our rabbits and chickens to help grow our garden. In turn, our garden gives us amazing, healthy foods that grows big and strong. And we get to enjoy that, and the scraps goes back to the chickens and rabbits, and we all benefit off of each other. So all the hard work I put in raising my animals, to growing my food, gives us a nice healthy crop, along with the manure from the chicken and the rabbits. And because we have a healthy crop, we have scraps that we will be able to feed back to them also. So it's a big circle, and it allows us to have delicious, healthy food for the family and neighbors. So, like I said, if you want to see exactly how well this technique works, just keep watching. Keep watching. I'm going to show y'all towards the end, and then you know, as the year goes along, you get to see more because we put this stuff on everything.
Alright guys, so I'm gonna mix this in with my soil.
Guys, corn is definitely not easy. But when you have amazing soil that you have taken time to build over the years, it sure looks easy, right? But it takes a little bit of time and effort to get it to this point, and it actually does us very well. If it wasn't for the large amount of bugs that we have in this part of the world, that tends to want to take you out, take all your plants out. I'm sure we can have amazing crops every year. It's just, we got to get a hold of that. And that's a constant struggle. But as time goes on, we will get better and better at doing that. So this year, it's going to be a major focus of mine is to keep the pest level at bay. So that's going to take some careful monitoring and working on. So we'll see how that goes. Stay tuned and we'll see if we are successful with keeping these bugs from eating our groceries. So guys, after amending my soil, this is my attempt of making rows to drop our seeds in. It is a small space, but I am planning on putting a large amount of crops in there. We have plenty of food, we have plenty of water, and I think we can be successful at getting a good amount of food out of this small space. I just have to monitor for the bugs. That's going to be my struggle this year. So I'm going to pay close attention to the garden, make sure everything grows exactly the way it needs to, and try to keep the bugs at bay so we can enjoy all this amazing food that we're planning on planting this year. And as time goes on, some of the stuff will be pulled up and we will plant something different as needed. So, stay tuned. See what we got going on the homestead.
All right, fam. So we have this soil amended. We have rows down. So all we're waiting for is our plants to germinate. Once they do that, I will place them in the bed and treat them with some tender loving care until they give us all they can give us. All right, fam. So a couple of the seeds we're gonna drop today is the cowpea and sugar prince pea. All right, so we're gonna drop these in the tray. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get them started here. Then we will transplant them into the garden on a later date. So I have soaked my cowpeas overnight in a cup of water, and now I'm going to drop them. All right, fam. So we have our seeds down, and what I'm using as a medium is 100% peat moss. And all we need to do is water it in and give it probably about a week. 7 days should be sufficient. It should be coming up. And probably within a week and a half, I should be able to go ahead and put them on the ground. But we're going to let the seeds determine it. All right, fam. So this is an area of the yard that I'm planning on putting some flowers for my bees. Alright, so I've been using this area as a flower bed for a while. I don't have a whole lot of luck in this particular area because it gets a tremendous amount of sun. And it's hard to keep it watered good enough to keep the flowers going. As you can see, some of the buds from previous years are still around, but they never produced as good as I hoped they would. So I'm going to go ahead and till this ground up just a little bit, and I'm going to plant a lot of flowers that contain nectar for the bees. As you can see, this is also an area that I started one of my moringa plants in. And it's starting to grow really well. We've been getting some mornings in the upper 50s, so that's what hurt me. But as you also can see, squirrels love digging in this bed. But I got something, huh? And this is one of my hives. So they will have easy access to this bed. And I'm sure the ones I have in the back will enjoy them also. So fam, some of the flowers I'm planning on planting for the bees are black-eyed Susans, hyssop, and sweet pea. Alright, from what I'm told, these are very, very good flowers for the bees. They produce good nectar for them. And one of the things I love about them being in this particular spot, they pretty much drought tolerant and they don't need excellent soil. The soil will be pretty decent, but like I said, we get a lot of sun, almost all day sun in this spot. And if, it can't get watered enough, I want it to still be able to produce. So these are great plants to get started. My first time growing them, because it's my first year with bees. So we're going to see how it works, all right? So let's get it done. All right, fam. So I got the ground ready, as much as ready as I'm gonna get it. I do have some old pineapple plants that's trying to do something, but not really. Got some bulbs. Of course, this is my lemongrass that's just getting started back, and my moringa. I'm gonna leave them all down, and I'm gonna plant around. Once my seedlings come up, I will mulch them and hope for the best. So let's get it done.
Can't even see.
These are hyssop. They are extremely tiny. So I'm gonna try not to drop them all in one spot. That's gonna be a challenge, to say the least. This may be normal for people who grow flowers a lot. That these seeds are this tiny. But this is weird to me. Wow, that is extremely tiny. So we're gonna sprinkle them also. Okay, sweet tea. Now these seeds feel like they're way bigger. So yeah, that is a seed. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and water these in and see what they do. Hopefully this is the ideal location for them. There will be plenty of sun. So if there is an issue, that should not be it. So alright fam, on to the next one. While we're waiting for the peas to get ready, we decided to go ahead and put down some peaches and cream corn. Alright, so we had limited success with corn. But we're going to try to do something a little different this time. And we're going to hope that we get some success. As you can see, I have the ground amended with rabbit manure and chicken manure. I done this probably about a week ago. So it's been sitting this way for a while. We're going to go ahead and put our corn down along with some more chicken manure. So I'm going to make sure I give it extra nitrogen so it can actually perform the way we want it to. And hopefully we'll get a good harvest out of them. So these are starts that we did purchase. Alright fam, so this is the corn that we are going to plant. This is peaches and cream corn. Alright, it's supposed to be a pretty sweet corn. We are planting from starts that we purchased. And we hoping that we going to actually get a good harvest this year. I'm going to put them in the ground along with some more chicken manure. So we have a lot of nitrogen that hopefully will get these things to grow up big and strong so we can get some nice corn. We're going to plant all these in this space. It's going to be a little tight, but I think it can get done. So these things, some of them have multiple plants in each cell. So I want to be as careful as I can taking them out so I don't, I can keep as many of the roots as possible. So that may take a little bit of time, but Okay. So far as I can see, like I have plenty of manure all through these hills. I did put a good bit of them down there, so I don't need much extra. So, that's one down. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is go ahead and take these out of the cell before I even get started. So I don't have to waste this much time in between. Alright guys, so this is the first time me using this nifty little tool from Temu that my wife purchased. It's pretty cool. So you go ahead and help me plunge a hole. And be able to drop whatever I need down there. And refill it. It's pretty fast. Pretty cool. And using this nice little bench from Amelia. Mirla. Yeah, being able to kneel down on this bench while I'm in the garden is also a great plus. I don't have to be in the dirt. And it is cushioned, it's padded, so it don't hurt your knees.
So potatoes like nitrogen. That's why you add more chicken to it.
Corn.
Corn like nitrogen.
Yeah, corn needs a lot of nitrogen, which is, I think, one of the things we didn't do as much.
Mm-hmm.
So we're hoping that that makes the difference in whether or not we have a good harvest this year. This is purely organic from our chickens. I'm going to go ahead and tee some of these apart with some water so we don't damage the roots. All right, fam. So we have all our corn starts down. So I'm gonna go ahead and water them in. All right, fam. So it has been about 10 days since I dropped some seeds in my planter to go ahead and put into the garden. I want to go ahead and get some started and then go ahead and transplant them into the garden. Well, they grown, but we did have some issues. Let me tell you about it. So, these are my starts. Unfortunately for me, that the birds would not leave them alone. So they picked the leaves, they picked some of the beans out. We did get a couple of them to get started, but not really good. So I think I'm gonna just direct sow some seeds into the garden and get them going. Alright guys, so mainly what I'm going to plant is cow peas, better known as black eyed peas. I do want to grow these. I haven't grown them in no great number yet, so this will be my very first time trying to grow a good bit of them. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get them put down. I'm gonna go ahead and put what I got growing out in my starts in the ground, and then I'm gonna direct sow the rest. So guys, some of the other beans that I'm planting is gonna be, say, pea shelling, but basically a sweet pea. I love these, and I love black eyed peas, so why not grow them, right? Alright fam, so I just dropped me some cow peas, black eyed peas, and some sweet peas. You know, I'm from the South, so when I thought about what I wanted to grow this spring, I thought about some of those good old Southern meals. I come from a family of cooks, and when I tell you, black eyed peas with neck bones, man, hey, it wasn't nothing better than that. Sweet corn. I love me some sweet corn. Sweet corn with some pork chops or some fried chicken or anything of that sort. And that's the same thing with the sweet peas. Sweet peas with chicken and rice and oh my goodness, some smothered chicken with some sweet peas and rice or potatoes. I thought about all that, and I was like, man, as good as those things taste to me, and I bought this stuff out of the store, or my parents bought it out of the store when they cooked it for me as a kid, even though it was a different time, and when I cooked it as an adult, as good as those things are to me, I figured these things would be way better if I grew them myself. I know they would. there's nothing I have eaten that I grown myself that wasn't way better than you could get at any store. So those were some of the thoughts that came about when we decided to go ahead and drop, our spring garden. All right, so it's been about 10 days since y'all saw the garden. So I'm gonna show y'all what everything is looking like now, from the time that y'all saw early in the video to now, 10 days later. I mean, it's been a drastic change. So let's take a look. All right, y'all. So y'all may remember those cantaloupe starts. Not the model melon, the melons that I bought out of the store, and I collected the seeds from golden melon. And it's another one. I can't think of the name of it right at the moment. So they were just starts 10 days ago. And this is what they look like now. So you don't have, I don't think, any that set just yet. But I have seen a couple of starter melons. So, and I'm looking forward to, that's going to be one. And as y'all remember, I put down a lot of them, so I probably put way too many. But I did fill my bed up with compost. And as you can see, we have flowers all over this thing. And there are a few starter melons. I don't know how good that is showing up, but yeah, it's starting. And I don't really know what to expect. I'm keeping an eye on them, trying to keep the bugs off of them, and hopefully we get a good harvest. What I see over here? Let's see. They self-pollinate, but I'm going to go ahead and help them out a little bit. Because I never saw these particular seeds sold anywhere, and I don't know what to expect on them. It's going to be a learning process, so I may get lucky. And these guys are those little long bean starts that I said were volunteers from last year. And I told you once they got on this trellis, they were going to take off. Took off, they did. So we already have a lot of beans already on this thing. Once they start growing, I mean, this thing is really, really prolific. Like, it's crazy. I'm definitely gonna be giving a lot of these away because we planted way more this year than we did last year, and we had too many last year. I ain't gonna say we planted. We only planted a few. The rest of them came back on their own. So this is the yard long bean, guys, and as you can see, it is a very long bean. Those are ready to harvest. And of course, you know, you can cut these up. This is a meal for one person right here, these two. So, and so many of them. So many. So, and I have to keep an eye on them because they grow so fast. And I don't want to waste none. So that is how y'all want to do. Of course, our kale is still going crazy, so it's being good food for my rabbits and chickens. My white tomatoes are doing amazing. These things are so big that it's hard for her to keep them tied up. They're humongous. Like these things are almost grapefruit size, and there's a ton of them. They're all up underneath here. They're hanging down over the other ones. So you see back in there. So everything is doing great, you know. I'll take y'all up here and y'all can see the watermelon real quick. So guys, this is our watermelon bed. See, the watermelon are here. They're growing really fast, looking really good. And you have a good bit of them, you know. Some of them will be easier to see, some of them not so much. Alright fam, so thank y'all for joining me in this little journey for our spring of 2023 on what we got going on in our garden. Now, we haven't showed y'all everything. There's a lot more going on, but what we just got started, I brought y'all along with me so y'all can see. Alright, so follow us throughout the season as our plants mature, our fruit ripen, and we get to eat this amazing food that we are able to grow with our own two hands. Alright, so guys, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell. So when we give you more updates on what we're doing in the garden with those watermelon, with those cantaloupe, with those golden melon, yes, you'll be there to see exactly how they turned out. The bugs here are harsh. They're crazy. But we're working with it. We're trying to get past them so we can enjoy all this delicious food on our own. So guys, till the next time,